Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of my MotoGP 19 mod career mode. Today we are here for round number 5 for the French Grand Prix at the legendary Le Mans circuit. If you guys did miss round 4 at Jerez for the Spanish Grand Prix, check out the episode by clicking the card in the top right hand corner of your screen. But today, once again, we're going to try and see if things can go good for us. We're currently sitting P2 in the championship, as you can see on the right hand side there, with 76 points, and we're going to try and close the gap to Dovi this race, which I believe is 10 points in this race, to see if we can try and close in on that first place in the championship going into the European season, and hopefully it all goes well. First of all, we're going to tackle practice. We're going to go through all the practice programs as usual, and then we're going to try and set a lap which is good enough to get us straight into Q2. So with that being said, let's jump into it here and let's get underway for the French Grand Prix, kicking things off with practice. Okay, so here we are then, back on the R&D screen slash the pit monitor, so to speak, and we have finished all 3 tests. So we're going to look at the test results, and there you go, maximum points scored once again. We're saving up quite a few R&D points, and if we were to need them in case competitors around us started to slip away, then we would easily invest them. But at the minute, we're very competitive even with the standard bike, so there's no need for me to invest them because I feel like we're quite OP as it is anyway. So I don't want to make it unrealistic or too unrealistic in a way, so we're just going to keep on saving these points in case we ever need them. But all in all, a decent lap here in FP1 as well. I think I could do faster. I think I'm currently sitting on a 35.0. I reckon a low 34 is easily possible in these wet conditions. It's been a wet practice so far, dry actual weather conditions, but the track's damp, so I'm guessing it's going to be the same. But I'm going to probably do another lap in this session and cash in on these conditions because it might be worse over the rest of the weekend. So I'm going to do another lap now and see if I can get into a low 34, and I reckon that should be enough to get us into Q2 in the case of a completely wet FP1, FP2, FP3 and FP4 session. Okay, there should be easily a good enough lap for Q2 now if it stays wet for the rest of the weekend. 33.6. There we go, hooking it out beautifully. A nice clean lap. That should do the trick. Let's go back to the garage. Okay, here we are then. It's qualifying time at Le Mans, and Q2 straight in as expected. The conditions are exactly the same as FP1, no rain in the sky, but the track is damp. Therefore, wet tyres are going to be necessary, and if that's the case, I feel confident with my pace around here, and we seem quick once again, and the odds-on favourite for pole position. With that being said, let's jump into it and let's see how we get on in this qualifying session. Almost had a massive ice slide there. That was close. We're going good though on this first lap of qualifying. Although the pace hasn't really been set yet, the benchmarks aren't really there. I'll be shocked if that's the best AI I can do, because I saw Vinales with a 35.0 in FP1, so I know they could definitely lower the pace, but at the minute we are quick at the final corner. Getting a great exit here, a little bit of a toe from Zarco across the line, 34.2 as my first banker. We're going to now retreat to the pit lane and see if people will improve their laps. Okay then, so no one's really improved. They're still in the 37s AI, but I'm going to go for one more here. This lap's not too bad actually, but will we improve? No, we don't. We just miss out, but I reckon we can definitely get into the 33s here. No problem. That was a very scruffy lap. Let's try one more. Here we go then, through the final couple of corners. A better lap, a little bit scruffy, but still, I think it's going to be an improvement nonetheless. And it's a 33.3, very strong lap, fast lap of the weekend, even with that little mistake in Sector 2. But all in all, a very comfortable pole position. In the end though, we had to improve because you can see there, right at the end, literally in the last minute, everyone improved to the 34s. And Vignales actually at 34.5, so that would have only been 0.3 off of my original banker. So we had to improve, and we did. And eventually we get pole by 1.2 seconds. But actually, qualifying was a little bit closer than I expected, to be honest. But still 1.2 clear, very comfortable. And we now move into the race on Sunday. Let's try and convert this pole into a race win.
Here we are live from the MotoGP class starting grid, where riders and engineers are talking over the last few details before the start of the race.
It is race time here at France, and actually it's the first dry session of the weekend. I believe the warm-up was dry, but I never really do warm-up. And for me, this is going to be our first experience with the dry track here at Le Mans this weekend. So we need to try and get up to speed pretty quickly here in the race and hopefully find our pace and rhythm very early on. In terms of the bike settings, in this case the tyres, I'm kind of debating what to go for here. I might not run the hard. I might go double medium, I think. I'm going to see how that goes. Maybe even, I think I'm going to go for a soft front and a medium rear. And I'm going to take a risk and go a little bit more aggressive with the tyre compounds this race. Let's see how it goes, and fingers crossed it pays off. But now let's run you through the grid, and then we will jump into the race for the French Grand Prix.
The French Grand Prix. The riders are spread out on the grid. The light will soon go out, and the Le Mans race will begin.
Right, here we go. First gear selected, clutch pulled, lights are on, and they are off. And away we go here for the French Grand Prix. Short shift into second gear to try and find some drive, and it's actually worked out quite nicely for us. The previous start there. We're going to cover off Marquez as we go into turn 1. Petrucci and Dovi lead the way in the Ducatis. Into turn 2, Marquez down my inside. He has a contact with me and goes down. Marquez coming in a bit too hot. Nothing I could have done there. That was entirely him, I think, just overcooking it. Petrucci's out of shape as we go into La Chapelle. Can we get underneath the Ducati? Yes, we do. Beautiful move, taking back second place, getting past Petrucci there. So we now go into Museum. I'm a little bit wide on entry. It's going to allow Petrucci to get down the inside. Side by side here with the Italian. We're going to have to let him go. He's got the inside line. Vignales behind here, getting a tow from Danilo Petrucci as we go into Garage Vert. Contact with Vignales. We both stay on our bike, but we're on the outside here, the worst place to be, and we're going to run wide over the curb and lose a handful of positions here, down to P10. That's what happens when you get on the outside line. Nowhere to go. Luckily, no one behind me attacking me here into the chicane as we go over the curbs, being a bit too cautious here. I'm trying to get used to the dry conditions. Going to try and see if I can make a few places up here. It's a very long race. Soft front, medium rear, so we should have the advantage in the early phase, I'd say. Not sure what other riders are running, but here we go in towards the end now of lap 1. Just being cautious here. I'm just waiting for an opportunity here as we almost hit the deck through that corner, just tapping the curb a bit too aggressively there. Who's behind us? We've got Crutchlow behind, so that's going to be tricky. We're getting a nice tow here, though, up the hill, up towards turns 1, 2 and 3. Going to go for the wide line through 1, which is the inside for 2, but Rossi, of course, is always great on the brakes. We're going to go down the inside of turn 3, though, and sneak past. Now down the hill into La Chapelle. Lorenzo going for the inside line. We run a little bit wide there, almost hit the back of Miller. We do hit him on the exit. This is all very, very close at the minute. Close racing as we go into Musée. Get it all slowed down. I'm drifting into the corner here. That's going to send me very wide. Valentino is going to get the chance to go back down my inside there. Completely missing my apex. Too hot on the brakes. Into Garage Vert once again. Bit too cautious once again there on the brakes. Allowing Crutchlow to get the move done. And look at that, he's gone completely around my outside. So we're down to P11 here. Not the best start to the race. The dry conditions catching me out. We actually got away okay, but Garage Vert, the double apex left, is completely ruining my race at the minute in these dry conditions. Through the chicane though, a little bit sideways, but we are going to get a good exit. Back down the inside of Cal Crutchlow. Let's get that position back straight away. Beautiful. This is where I'm stronger. These kind of corners suit me and my bike. All over that curb. Got to be careful with that one. Crutchlow going to look for the inside, but once again, no way through. A little bit of contact there with Crutchlow. Tried to go down the inside of the final corner a bit aggressively there, but we managed to hold on. I need to start finding my rhythm here. These constant battles are ruining my race and overall my pace. So I need to try and find my race pace here. Around the outside of Crutchlow. Inside for turn 2. Oh dear, Crutchlow down. I tried to go around the outside, but didn't quite work out. Crutchlow goes down, loses the front pretty easily. I need to try and find my rhythm, and I'm struggling here to find my pace early on. That was a very, very nice La Chapelle into Musée. This time taking the wide entry down for the late apex. That was much better, much tidier. Lorenzo up to P5 now. Lorenzo making great progress here. I need to try and find a bit more pace through these two rights. That's better, that's a lot tidier. A little bit wide on the exit though. I kind of straightened up the bike a little bit too early there. And now this is where I'm strongest. The rest of the lap, this final kind of 2 sectors is what suits me. Especially the chicane here, I'm pretty strong. I was great in the wet. Seemingly not so great in the dry, but still good enough. Let's try and get past Iannone if we can. And start making some progress. Beautiful switch back there. Great exit. Beautiful traction, and we completely rinse Iannone there. Down to La Chapelle, let's get it all slowed down. Let's not allow Iannone back down the inside if possible. Starting to make some progress here and find my pace a little bit. It's taken me a while, but we're finally starting to find the zone and the rhythm. Pretty strong lap there into the 1 minute 29s, 29.0 to be exact. Still a little bit off the fast lap of the Grand Prix from Dobby, but we're certainly starting to find the pace now. And we're starting to line up Zarco in the works, KTM, for an overtake here. A little bit wide through turn 2. Didn't get the best line. Zarco getting out of shape though. Through turn 3, we're going to get the exit. Down towards La Chapelle. Down the inside of the Frenchman in his home Grand Prix. Very nice move. Lorenzo here up next. Strong exit out of La Chapelle. Down towards La Musée. Going to keep it nice and tight. These next 2 corners are my last 2 bad ones, so to speak. And then it's all pretty much my sector through the final part of the lap. Keeping it nice and low. I'm starting to find the line now through here and feeling more comfortable. There we go. Very nicely done there, keeping Zarco behind. Now we can start to focus on the next part of the track, which is more tailor-made for me and my strengths and how good my riding is. Zarco looking for a move down the inside there, but no way through. We get a great run through the chicane here on Lorenzo. We have to pull out. Who's going to compromise my line into the next right. We go down the inside of Miller as well. A 2 for 1. And we're starting to make the progress now. Over that curb, got to be careful there. Got Valentino Rossi and Petrucci going at it for P4. Miller down the inside once again here. I'm going to hold on the outside though. Power down. Not the best place to do it on the curb, but we are going to stay in front of 28.5. That might just be the fast lap of the Grand Prix as we got the hill here towards turns 1, 2 and 3. This is my strong point. I should be able to stay in front here, no problems. Petrucci out of shape. A little bit of a corner cut there. We kind of ruin our exit, so it kind of equals itself out as we go down towards La Chapelle. Starting to really find my momentum now, my rhythm. Strong exit. Petrucci and Valentino still side by side here, the 2 Italians. Nice wide entry into Musée. Valentino on the outside line, Petrucci holding the inside. These 2 still side by side, as are Rins, and I think it's Rins and Vignales in front. There we go, nice tight line through Garage Vert. On the power, and that will do very nicely. Now this is when it suits me, this part of the track, when I come into my own. Nice and late on the brakes. Little tap of the rear of Petrucci there for the chicane. I kind of ruined my momentum, which is a little bit annoying. I'm very good on the brakes into this right-hander here. This is a good overtaking opportunity for me. Trying to switch back underneath Petrucci here. A little bit wide through the left. On the power here. Just the final couple of corners. Keep it nice and tight. Miller trying to look for the move back pass, but I'm going to stop him from any kind of attempt of an overtake. Although he's coming back at me here. Towards turn 1, the Ducati just powers past. A little bit wide through turn 1, but I'm okay. I'm going to carry the speed. And to turn 2, I should be okay. Inside line. Through 3. Miller's having a battle with somebody else as well, so it's all kicking off. As Valentino finally gets past Petrucci here. As we go down the hill to La Chapelle, Petrucci very wide and out of shape there. And I'm going to swing in, take the tight apex and get past Danilo Petrucci. Very nice. A little bit wide though into Musée once again. I'm going to try and keep it nice and tight. Stop Petrucci from switching back underneath me there. He does get a strong exit though. We're going to have to defend really well into Garage Vert if you want to stay in front of the Ducati here. Oh, almost tucked the front there. That felt very, very light. On the power, on the exit, around the outside, we hold it. And we keep Petrucci behind just about. That was very close, but we do a good job of defending the line and defending our position into the chicane now. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Pretty good exit. Do I dare go for a lunge on Valentino? Yes, I do. Textbook, tapping the curb to get the rotation. I'm starting to sniff around the rear of Dry Mir now to make a move. Through the front a couple of corners, good exit, but Mir's going to have a fantastic toe from Viñales there, better than mine, so we're going to have to sit back for now. 4 laps to go. My tyres are starting to fade as well, so I need to take that into account. I need to try and do some tyre management here and not push the limits as much as I would at the start of the race because my tyres aren't going to be at 100%. Good run through turn 3 though, beautiful move. And we're actually going to get such a good exit, we're going to get the run of Viñales here. Down towards La Chapelle, a little bit wide, I'm very, very wide. On the power, pick it up on the exit. Power down. Good exit. Down the inside up Musée on the Spaniard. In the Yamaha. Good move. Hanging back to dry on the exit. We run a little bit wide on traction there and exit, but that's okay. Viñales hits the back of me there into Garage Vert. Don't go down, please. Mir and myself side by side. We run a little bit wide again there. Compromised exit, but we are going to drag past Viñales here. Side by side with the Yamaha. Down the inside, I'm hot on the brakes. This is very, very hot. Hold on, hold on. There we go. Beautiful. We stay strong. Back at the P2 then. We found our rhythm. Viñales is behind us now. And only Dovi remains, and that separates us from a race victory, my championship rival. We need to beat him if possible, but oh my god, these two are still there. At the final corner, we're going to just about hold on, but Viñales is trying to get a side draft here. Racing up towards turn 1. Here comes Mir down the inside as well. I need to be careful. On the outside of 1. Inside for 2. Very late on the brakes. Oh, this is very tight. I'm going to squeeze out Viñales though. I'm having none of it. I need to go after Dovi, so I don't want to waste any time. Through La Chapelle, very nice. Power down, there we go, flat out. To be fair, both my tyres are still above halfway in terms of wear, so they're doing better than I expected. Although that's kind of why I took the risk, because I thought tyre wear wouldn't be that bad around here. So we're going to have, next time we cross the line, 3 laps to try and catch up to Dovi and pass him. Doable, but my tyres aren't exactly fresh anymore, but we'll give it a good crack and see if we can get past the Italian rider. Okay, 29.2, not my best lap, but Dovi's had a really poor lap there. Really poor lap from Dovi. And we've closed up quite a bit, even though that wasn't my strongest lap. I did a 28.8 before. We're closing up now, slowly but surely, to the Italian on the Ducati. And it feels inevitable. 2 laps to go here. I'm starting to put the pressure on. The tyres are fading, so I've got to give the tyres a little bit of respect as well. Can't push 100% like I would. But we're still looking good here. We've got the good run out of La Chapelle. Down the inside at Musée. A little bit hot on the brakes. And we're going to send Dovi wide there, unfortunately. I'm still hot though. And Dovi goes back underneath. Good exit. Down towards Garage Vert. Surely not. Not into there. Oh, that's not my strongest corner. On the power then, on the exit. Pretty good exit. We're going to get a nice toe from Dovi here, but that Ducati is so powerful. Do we have enough? I'm hot on the brakes. Down the inside though. Oh my god, what a move out of nowhere. I thought I overcooked it, but we've done it. Wow, what a move that was. I thought I was going to hit the back of Dovi or run deep there. Somehow we still got it slowed down. Fantastic overtake, and we are into first place of the French Grand Prix here. What a great recovery once again at this time. It was because of a fall, just a, a poor lap 1, but Good recovery. Dovi trying to go down the inside here. I'm going to defend the inside line beautifully. Onto the last lap of the Grand Prix. Solid exit. 29.3 once again there. Dovi keeping the pressure on. Onto the last lap of the Grand Prix, but I should be okay now once we hit turn 1. And there we go. Job done. Dovi does not challenge me into the first corner or into turn 2. So that should be enough now. We should be able to control this and bring this one home. Here we go. Final few corners here. Going through turn 12. Very good final lap actually. We've actually had some strong pace on this lap. But there we go. Final 2 corners. And we're finally going to break our duck. And I think this might be my first win. Actually, no, it's my second win after Austin. But there we go. Another 25 points. Second win of the season. And we're going to gain 5 points back on Dovi in the Riders' Championship. What a performance. Great recovery. The bike was fantastic and really, really fun to drive. The dry weather around Le Mans is so much fun. And it's so good when you hook up a couple of good laps there. But all in all, a decent race. Now let's look at the final race results. So as you can see, we win the French Grand Prix with the fast lap of the Grand Prix at 28.5, 1.2 clear of Dovi. Viñales P3, Jean-Mir P4, Valentino Rossi P5. Then both of the Hondas, actually, Lorenzo beating Marquez. I believe Marquez actually fell down though. And then we got Miller 8th, Petrucci 9th, Zarco running off the top 10. And then Iannone, Rins, Crutchlow, Quattararo and Espargaro running off the points. Quattararo scoring points there in his home race. And then Siren just misses out on points along with Oliveira and the KTMs. And then we got Bagnaia, Espargaro, Rabat, Kairo Abram, Nakagami and Franco Morbidelli bringing out the rear on the second satellite Yamaha. But what that means for the Riders' Championship, we are now 5 points behind Dovi heading into, I believe, the Italian Grand Prix at Mugello. So that's going to be Ducati territory right there. And it's going to be tricky to try and beat them. Viñales jumps up to 3rd place. Mir jumps up to 6th. And in terms of the constructors, we're currently 2nd, 5 points behind Ducati, looking pretty good there. And finally, the team championship, we are still 4th, only 5 points behind Repsol Honda. Yamaha still holding strong in 2nd place, 16 points behind the Ducatis. Rossi and Viñales consistently scoring those strong points, and that's why Yamaha are so far up. So fair play to them. But all in all, guys, that is going to be it for this episode of the MotoGP Career Mode. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like on the video. Also, get subscribed for daily Formula 1 and MotoGP content. Turn on notifications so don't miss a single video from me. And finally, check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next episode very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.